Fit Fam, what is good? Hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe and healthy. Thank you so much for coming back to the YouTube channel and giving me your eyes and your ears. In today's video, I want to talk about 16 of the best snacks for footballers. These are snacks that have worked for me and hundreds of clients that I've worked with over the past 5-6 years, and I know they will help you. You've really enjoyed the article that I just wrote on it. If you want to read the article, do that after the video, do that before the video. I'm going to put the link below in the description. But before we get into it, make sure you're getting your fresh cut every 14 days so you look fresh and you feel good. Look good, feel good, play good. That's the motto. Let's get into the video. So I want to start off by saying if you don't like to eat snacks and you just prefer eating bigger meals, that's absolutely fine. One of the tips I always give to clients and people who DM me that say, "Oh, I'm snacking too much, Rick, what should I do?" Just eat bigger meals. If you eat bigger, more satiating meals, you won't have to snack as much. You won't be as hungry. So obviously everything is always personal preference, always up to the individual, and I leave that up to you, I leave that up to myself, I leave that up to my clients. Every day differs. You don't always have to eat the same things. You don't always have to eat at the same exact times, even though I do stress that. I think it's very important for your circadian rhythm and your routine to eat at similar times, train at similar times, sleep at similar times. Your body loves routine. I'm gonna give you a practical example for myself and what I do. Generally what I do is I wake up at about 8:30. I have my coffee, I do my journaling, and then at about 9 o'clock I do a 30 to 45 minute stretching session. Then I have a protein smoothie, a protein shake consisting of 2 scoops of vegan protein, about 400 milliliters of unsweetened almond milk, 2 handfuls of raspberries and blueberries, and then about 2 handfuls of spinach, a little bit of cinnamon in there. I chug that down and then I have a handful of nuts. Then from there I let that digest. I work for about an hour. Then I go do my gym or my technical session. Then I finish at around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I have my lunch at about 1:30, 2 o'clock. That usually consists of lean meat, complex carbohydrate, healthy fats, vegetables, stuff that I talk about with you guys all the time. Then around 4 o'clock I have a nice little snack. Maybe it'll be a banana and some nuts. Maybe it'll be an apple and some nut butter, depending on how I feel for the day. Then I have training at 7 o'clock. I get there at about 6:30. And then I have my dinner at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then I have a little after dinner snack, which is usually Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with some berries and raw honey. So I'm gonna get into the 16 of the best snacks that you can eat as a footballer. Like I said, you don't have to force snacks down your mouth. Use it as a way to fuel your training, to recover from training, and get proper nutrients in. As I always say, we always want to get high quality foods into your body consisting of good quality proteins, good quality complex carbohydrates, high quality fats, and then some quality micronutrients from quality vegetables and fruits. So having high quality snacks with you at all times can be very useful and convenient when you're on the road and you're a bit hungry and you would rather eat a high quality protein bar, protein smoothie, or fruit rather than going to a local McDonald's. So before I get into the snacks, what's better, a meal or a snack? And that obviously depends on your hunger level and your training schedule for the day. As I always talk about, meal timing is very, very important to support your training, to fuel your training, and then help you recover from your training. So generally for me, the rule that I use is if I have training, I generally want to eat a bigger meal 3 to 4 hours before that training so I have enough time to digest. That meal, like I said before, consists of high quality protein, complex carbohydrates to fuel my session, high quality fats, and high quality micronutrients. Then what I do is I let that digest, and then about 60 to 120 minutes, an hour to 2 hours before training, if I'm still hungry, I'll have another snack. Like I said, it could be some dates, it could be fruit, it could be a protein bar, it could be a protein shake, depending on what I'm feeling. So let's dive into the 16 best snacks that you can use usefully in your training. So like I always say, please base your meals and your snacks based on your goals and your activity levels. I don't like talking in general and giving specific meal plans and specific diets to people because every single person's meal plan and goals are different. So you need to find what works for you, experiment with different foods, experiment with different timing. Every single person's digestive system is different. We don't all have the same digestive system. We don't all digest the same food the same way. So Number one of my favorite snacks is Greek yogurt with raw honey, quality berries, and some nuts. Why? High quality protein, high quality fat from the Greek yogurt, high quality micronutrients from the fruit, high quality fats from the nuts, and then a nice little complex carbohydrate in that raw honey. So for me, I like to eat this snack before bed because I generally feel when I eat heavier dairy foods during the day, I feel a little heavy. And I would rather eat that at night because it has casein protein in it, which takes a long time to digest, which will help fuel my muscles, help recover my muscles overnight. Second snack that I like is a protein shake. Depending on how you feel and what you like, you can either choose whey protein, which is probably the highest quality protein, definitely gets to the muscles as quickly as possible, really helps you recover. I like vegan protein though because whey protein tends to hurt my stomach. Like I said before, some people digest whey protein nicely. I personally don't. I get a stomach ache after. So like I always say, if you get a specific symptom after eating something and it doesn't make you feel good, that's your signal from your body that you have to change. So I went over, tried vegan protein, and that makes me feel much better. So like I said, choose what makes you feel best. Generally in my shakes, I like to have some fruit, I like to have some veggies, and then about 1 to 2 scoops of protein. This is convenient at any time. You can do this when you're on the road, you can do this when you're at home, you can do this when you want a little light snack to help fuel yourself. Post-workout, pre-workout, try things out, see how it makes you feel. I like to have my smoothies with unsweetened almond milk. I don't like to have dairy, like I said. If I don't need to. I like to stay away from milk as much as possible. The only dairy I really like, Greek yogurt, some high quality cheeses, and then some cottage cheese. I always try to go grass-fed cheese, and if I have milk, I try to go grass-fed as well. So number 3 is cottage cheese with fruit, raw honey, and nuts. Similar exact meal to number 1, but just a change in the texture, a change in some nutrients. Basically, Greek yogurt and cottage cheese have similar nutrition facts, similar nutrients, but sometimes I like to change it up, mix it up a little bit so I don't get bored. This is another snack that I have before bed. Like I said before, cottage cheese, high quality protein, casein protein in there, some nuts, whether that be almonds, walnuts, cashews, macadamia nuts, some high quality berries. I always like to go for raspberries and blueberries, sometimes strawberries, but more of a fan of blueberries and raspberries, and then I drizzle some raw honey on there. All that stuff, I love to have it before sleep, helps me feel nice. I wake up feeling great, but like I said, if you wake up and you have a stomach ache, maybe best to try something else. Number 4, an apple or a banana with nut butter. So we got high quality micronutrients coming from the apple or the banana, and then we got some high quality fats, some high quality protein from the nut butter. I generally like to opt for almond butter. I like to stay away from peanut butter as much as possible, but if you like peanut butter better, please go for 100% raw, organic, and natural peanut butter. Try to stay away from the added oils, the added sugars, and the added salt in there. Make sure you check the ingredients, read that nutrition label before you buy it, and I promise you it'll make you feel better. And make sure when you're eating nut butter to be aware of your portion size. Nut butter is very easy to overeat and go over your calories. If you want to gain weight, yes, it's a good snack for you, but if you want to maintain or lose weight, you got to really portion it out. So make sure you just are really mindful of that. I know some people, I used to do it. I used to just eat peanut butter, almond butter out of the jar, but I stopped doing it after I realized how many calories it was. So just be mindful of it. It's not a big deal. Number 5, another good snack that I like is beef or turkey jerky. Like I always say, when you get this snack, whether it be at a gas station or a supermarket, try to go for the highest quality possible. So if you can look for organic and grass-fed, and then 100% beef or turkey is the goal. And also another important thing is you don't want to overeat beef or turkey jerky. It has nitrates in it, which isn't the best for you, so I would only eat this maximum 2 to 3 times per week. Number 6, I really love this snack, hard-boiled eggs. One of the healthiest foods on the planet. Like I've said to you before, if you read my content very distinctly, please go for the highest quality possible. I always go for organic, cage-free eggs, and the way you know that this is high quality is you will see that the yolk is much brighter orange color rather than that dull yellow color. And please eat that whole egg. Don't just eat the white. Don't just eat the yolk, eat the whole thing. Eggs are very high in vitamin A, vitamin D, B vitamins, and all 9 essential amino acids. Number 7, sardines with rice cakes. I know you may be saying this stuff's disgusting, but give it a try. Sardines are very highly nutritious, high in quality proteins, high in omega-3 fats, which are very good for you and your training. They're anti-inflammatory, very good for your brain, very good for your heart, very good for the aerobic system, and really having proper endurance. Put it on some high quality rice cakes, whether that be buckwheat, whether that be brown rice, and like I always say, go for the highest quality possible. Look for 100% brown rice, 100% buckwheat, try to make sure that they're organic. Top those sardines on the rice cakes, try them out, they're actually pretty good. Number 8, chia seed pudding with fruit. You can also add a bit of protein in there. This is very quick and easy to make. Chia seeds are very high in quality fats, high in fiber and other nutrients. And then you could top it with some fruit, add some protein in there, add some nuts, really high quality snack. Number 9, vegetables with hummus, not hummus, hummus. Hummus is a very high quality fat made with chickpeas. The goal is to always try to get some homemade hummus, maybe in a Middle Eastern shop wherever you live. Try to stay away from the store-bought versions because the store-bought versions have a lot of little low-quality oils in there. If you need to go for the store-bought, go for it, but I would rather you look for some homemade stuff, or you could even make it at your house. It's pretty easy to make. And then what you do is you cut up some fresh vegetables, some peppers, some cucumbers, some tomatoes. You dip that in there and you eat it. Very high-quality snack. You get the micros from the vegetables, and then you get the high-quality protein, high-quality fats, and fiber from the hummus. And make sure you call it hummus, not hummus. Number 10, natural protein bars. If you live in the US, I like to go for RX bars. If you live in Scandinavia, I like to go for Raw Bites. Also parts of Scandinavia I've seen, I think in Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. They have something very similar to these RX bars that I talk about. Basically, an RX bar is made up of dates, egg whites, and nuts. And that's basically what you want to look for. Like I've said from the beginning, we want to go for as many whole foods as possible. Even though it's, quote, packaged, we still want to try to go for foods that we recognize, foods that we can read, and for the least amount of ingredients as possible. That's the goal. So if you can't find RX bars or Raw Bites, like I said, just read the nutrition label. Go for bars that are higher in protein, high in quality fats, and that don't have any extra additives or sugars in there. Be sure to really read that nutrition label, and if you have any questions, shoot me an email about it. Number 11, a handful of nuts. Basically what I do is I purchase mixed nuts, and whenever I want a quality snack, I just take a handful of it. Those nuts are made up of cashews, walnuts, almonds, macadamia nuts, hazelnuts. All this stuff is very high in quality fats. They're very good for the brain, very good for the heart, also very good for the aerobic endurance system, and also have some high quality protein and fiber in there. When you go for nuts, try your best to go for unroasted and unsalted nuts, because a lot of these roasted and salted nuts have some extra oils in there, what we don't want. And like I said, we always want to try to go for the most natural thing possible without any extra additives. Number 12, we got canned salmon with rice cakes. Also another very good option. Salmon's a very healthy food. Like I always say, we always want to go for the freshest and the most real food possible, but like I said, if you're on the go, if you need a quick snack, canned salmon's absolutely fine. Like I said, read that nutrition label, try to go for canned salmon in water instead of any oils, and then top that canned salmon on some rice cakes. Number 13, a piece of fruit, apple, banana, berries, melon, pineapple, whatever your favorite fruit is. Have that, really good for you. I like to always try to pair fruit with some high quality fats, so it digests nicely, but if you don't have any fats on you, just eat the fruit, no problem at all. Number 14, dates with some nuts. I absolutely love dates. They're a very good, convenient snack. High in vitamins, high in fiber, really good quality complex carbohydrate that digests quickly. I like to have dates before training and before games, about 30 to 90 minutes before, depending on the size of the date, about 2 to 4 dates. These digest nicely and digest quickly and provide you a nice hit of energy. And like I said, if you have nuts with it, it really helps slow down the release of those carbohydrates. Number 15, rice cakes with nut butter. Like I said before, try to go for almond butter or peanut butter, most natural possible, 100% organic. Try to stay away from any added oils, any added sugars, or unnecessary ingredients in that nut butter. Then, like I said, top it nicely on some high quality rice cakes, and like I said before, watch your portion size. And then last but not least, homemade trail mix. I'm big on homemade trail mix because the trail mix that you buy in stores, they like to add M&Ms in there. They like to add some added crap that you don't need. So make your own. Buy different sorts of nuts, buy different sorts of dried fruits and raisins, add some dark chocolate chips in there, absolutely fine, but measure it right, portion it correctly. Have more nuts than you have of the dried fruit, the raisins, and the dark chocolate, because the goal is to have more of the nuts, which provide more of a hit of nutrients. So I hope these 16 snacks really helped you out. Try them out. Like I said, if you have any questions on them, simply shoot me an email. I'll be sure to answer them. Like I said, always watch your portion size based on your goal. Time your snacks correctly. And like I always say, test out snacks on training days instead of match days. We don't want you to be eating a lot of dates, a lot of fruit, and then you're on the bowl like our boy Eric Dyer in the middle of a match. So test things out, see how they make you feel, and then as always, stay consistent with the snacks that make you feel best. Quick reminder, like I always say, if you want to gain weight, you need to be in a caloric surplus, so that means you need to eat more calories than you burn. If you want to lose weight, you got to be in a caloric deficit, which means you have to eat less calories than you burn, and then if you want to maintain, you obviously stay at a caloric balance. Like I always say, this depends on your goals, where you're at, and where you want to head to. But if you want to be in a caloric surplus and you want to gain weight, you want to stay more with those higher fat snacks, the nuts, the nut butters, things like that. If you want to lose weight, stick with a lot of the higher protein stuff. But either way, you want to get a lot of high quality protein, and like I said from the beginning, always shoot for the best quality ingredients, stay away from artificial stuff, and really go for organic when you can. It's definitely worth the money. If you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please recommend my channel to your friends, family, and teammates. Most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, flex your biceps. Deuces.